It's funny because like it was never really meant to be a trilogy. I think Ben might have said that in an interview once. It just and people just make it as if it was a trilogy now, but it's we just thought Billy Town 2 sounded cool, so we named it Billy Town 2. And when the third one came around, we're like, well, we might as well name it 3. It's
why not?
You know, why not? So
and I think the second we named it 3 was like, okay, we're naming it 3, but there's no way we're naming the next one 4. Okay, I think we all knew that right after 3 came along. It just wouldn't happen.
it's the first time we did everything ourselves. I produced a record. We didn't really listen to, you know, label people for timeline stuff and deadlines and stuff like that. We just kind of did everything on our own devices, and we got to do what we want, which is great. It's still great to have a space where you can just go write anytime you want, like 24 hours, and not have to disturb neighbors or anything like that. It's really cool. We recorded most of the vocals there and some guitar overdubs and stuff.
We knew Ian could do it, and I think once the conversation came up, it's like, okay, you have to produce this record, and Ian was like, just, all right, let's do it. And Ian co-produced the first 2 records pretty much, so we all knew that he could do it, and did an amazing job.
Yeah, it was something I've always wanted to do, and I'd worked with other bands like Dimanic in the studio, and have a good relationship working with Kenny Ratz and Eric Ratz and Kenny Long. Kitty Ratz. And they're great dudes, and they're our engineers, and they helped us work on the second record. So it was an awesome process to work with those guys and have the 4 of us basically making our own calls.
Right.
But there's certain like there's a couple lines in a song called "Don't Count on the Wicked" that were written about what Aaron was going through when he was in the hospital, and Ben and I were writing lyrics, and that, like anything that really takes a turn for the serious is going to affect you, and it's going to come out in your music and lyrics. So that really affected us. Yeah. It's a great feeling when you could do everything yourself and not. It's kind of inspiring actually, because it makes you realize like you don't have to rely on like the established system that everyone's been working with for the last who knows how long. But it's a really great feeling.